me like a mule.
Ross University was a business institution that benefited the ordinary average people of Portsmouth and transformed the lives of the Portsmouth people. And Dominica DLP destroyed it. Put the apartment owners in debt and millions of dollars in arrears. Today, they're coming with a distraction. So they will forget all their sorrows. That's a WhatsApp message.
Capi's good feet. You could promise me what you want. You could promise me anything that you want. I can't eat that promise. Can't feed the child on promise. I can't eat that promise.
Somebody's asking the question of making the statement, rather than put the money in agricultural and social programs that will benefit the well-being of the people, you're coming with some pie in the sky, benefits you and your family and the new rogues.
Like a pastor,
it's time we get this carrot government and its greedy hyenas and take care of our country.
And your constant assurance you fix every situation. Promise. Nothing ever satisfying you. Nothing ever good at all in anything. Nothing that they say to you is true. Cause you only see the world in gentle colors. And the shit they follow, see how low they could go. Where the road leads them to, they will never know. Mommy said the trip never died. We crossed no green on the other side. Promises, I can't pay my bill on promise. Promises, I can't go to shop on promise. Promises, I can't take the bus on promise. Promises, I can't pay school fee. You could promise me what you want. You could promise me anything that you want. I can't eat that promise. Can't feed the child on promise. Can't pay school fee on promise. Refuse to be gracious in defeat. Don't have the guts to even accept the fact that we got beat. Like it in a cricket match. As soon as we get out, we run home with the cricket bat. Promises. All we ever do is criticize. Despite much embarrassment, we never open up. Like as if we in a stupid dream. No matter how much we run, we never reach where we go. But time will tell, as we know very well. No matter how we look at it, this is a living hell. And we say what is wrong, not right.
It's 10:18 in the morning. Hello, yes?
My first is me again.
Yes, it's you again. Mm-hmm.
Not only the lies, but what about all the projects that started and never come to its Why won't he take some of the money and pay all the people in Dominica that they owe in? Thank you very much.
All right, thank you too. On the telephone, are you there? Yes? Mm-hmm. Yes? Hello? Somebody's having some problems connecting on the overseas line. I'm sorry.
Nothing that they said to you is true. Cause you only see the world in gentle colors. Shit they follow. See how low they could go. Where the road leads them to, they will never know. Mommy said the trip never died. We crossed no green on the other side. Promises, I can't pay my bill on promise. Promises, I can't go to shop on promise. Promises, I can't take the bus on promise. Promises, I can't pay school fee. You could promise me what you want. You could promise me anything that you want. I can't eat that promise. Can't feed the child on promise.
Somebody says, well, we hear from Scary this lie. What comes after is more sugar coated recycled lies, more liberates. Poor liberates.
Refuse to be gracious in defeat.
Somebody says, why can't a group of Dominicans file an injunction with the Mariner Project with violence the Planning Act? The people of Grenada did it.
We run home with the cricket bat.
Did that when a proposed development project was compromising the environment, and they won that in court. There's too much talk in Dominica, not enough action. Lawyers and concerned citizens, man up. Like the good book says, faith without action is futile.
We run, we never reach where we go. But time will tell, as we know very well, no matter how we look at it, this is a living hell. Happy say what is wrong, not right. Darkness must come out to light. I can't pay my bill on promise. I can't go to shop on promise. I can't take the bus on promise. I can't pay school fee. You could promise me what you want. You could promise me anything that you want. I can't promise. Not feed the child on promise.
Good morning, Matt. Good morning, Dominicans and friends of Dominicans at home and abroad. Matt, I would like to comment on this project that I hear, particularly the marina. But given the time span accorded me at these times to do that, I cannot do that. But I will just say, I'm sorry. I'm just saying, Matt, that with this ambitious project for the marina, Matt, it's not opposing to it. But you see, Matt, our financial infrastructure at this point in time doesn't even allow Dominicans who live in the United States, have their accounts in the United States, have their credit cards, travel to Dominica, cannot use even their debit card to get monies from their accounts in Dominica, far less to use a credit card to obtain items in the United States out of Dominica. It doesn't function in our banking system. Now, contact with the financial institutions who issue these cards says it is not the institution in the United States that has the problem. It is the country or the destination that it has. So in other words, if you're a Dominican, you come home and your debit card, you cannot use it in Dominica to obtain money. How then are you going to entertain yachts when they're not going to be paying you in cash? They're going to be using their credit card or their debit card to do transactions when they come in on these yachts. They may want water, they may want fuel, they may want to pay for services. But if the institutions, Dominica's financial institutions, which at the moment is only the National Bank and part of the branch of the Republic Bank of Trinidad, we have serious difficulties. But there are other things involved that requires a longer, wider, and more in-depth discussion and analysis. I listened to Mr. Isaac Baptiste, who addressed the area in which his expertise is relevant, but there are other deep-seated factors, including the economic impact overall, which requires a lot more in-depth discussion. Also, Matt, remember the issue with the Kempinski now Intercontinental, Matt. Is this another money laundering scheme, Matt? with all this pressure being put on the CBI program, Matt. You know, I think that we Dominicans need to be awake and get very serious. Some of us try to address these matters, but the vast majority of us are still asleep and falling for these promises. Matt, a promise is nothing but a comfort for a fool. Good morning.
Take the bus and promise, I can't pay school fee. You could promise me what you want. You could promise me anything that you want. I can't eat that promise. Can't feed the child on promise. I can't eat that promise. I listen to your condemnations like a pastor in the church giving a fiery sermon. I listen to all your solutions and your constant assurance you fix every situation. Nothing ever satisfying you, nothing ever good at all in anything. Nothing that they say to you is true, cause you only see the world in them two colors. She can follow, see how low they could go, where the road leads them to, they will never know. Mommy said the truth never dies, he crossed no green on the other side. Promises, I can't pay my bill on promise. Promises, I can't go to shop on promise. Promises, I can't take the bus on promise. Promises, I can't pay school fee. You could promise me what you want. You could promise me anything that you want. I can't eat that promise. Can't feed the child on promise. Can't pay school fee on promise. Refuse to be gracious in defeat. Don't have the guts to even accept the fact that we got beat. Like it in a cricket match. As soon as we get out, we run home with the cricket bat. Promise them. All we ever do is criticize. Despite much embarrassment, we never open up. Like as if we in a stupid dream. No matter how much we run, we never reach where we going. But time will tell, as we know very well. No matter how we look at it, this is a living hell. Happy say what is wrong, not right. What darkness must come out to light. I can't pay my bill on promise, promises. I can't go to shop on promise, promises. I can't take the bus on promise, promises. I can't pay school fee. You could promise me what you want. You could promise me anything that you want. I can't eat that promise. Can't feed the child on promise. Can't pay my bill on promise.
Dominicans, are you ready? The third annual Dominican Diaspora Exposé and Disruptors in collaboration with 767 Creations ME presents a cultural infusion of Dominican sound and food industry and a market day with a difference. Music by DJ Falcon. legendary Golden Drum Award winner, the one and only Levi Super L Low Black. On the 8th of June 2024, Creole breakfast will be served from 8 a.m. and the cultural exposure will start from 10 a.m. till at 767 Stuyvesant Avenue, Irvington, New Jersey. Yes, people, the official buzz of the Nature Isle. Dominican diaspora caterers will be displaying and marketing their own local-made products of arts and crafts, books and paintings, hair and body products. Dress up in your Creole wear to support your Dominican diaspora Creole community. The Dominican diaspora nurses will be doing blood pressure checks and peep talks. Lots of local foods and drinks. Cane juice will be squeezed right there on the spot. Live stream by TDN Caribbean Radio. Sponsored by Ruse Catering. 1347-994-5580. Well and Smoke Meat. 1845-232-6202 and 767 Creations FE. For more information, call 862-248-9758. Remember to dress up in a Creole style. It's the cultural extravaganza. I'm that boy, I'm that.
Oh my God.
Hey babe, what's the plan for tonight? Are we still going for that drive?
Oh yeah, we're doing chicken nights at KFC.
Chicken nights? Sounds like fun.
You bet. Chicken nights available from 6 to 8 p.m. Monday to Thursday at KFC. You get 8-piece chicken, 2 biscuits, 2 regular fries for $35.
Sounds like an amazing plan, babe. Chicken nights from KFC it is.
Chicken nights from KFC. It's finger licking good.
Hardware and home improvement, million supplies for you, kitchen appliances, even home decor too, lumber, lawn, all your garden supplies, plumbing, welding, electrical supplies.
Visit Do It Center at the former J. Nassif Hardware location on Goodwill Road. Call us at 255-6890.
It's 10:32. I know one of the first persons I heard, speaking about the whole marina issue was, of course, a businessman, and he's a boatman as well. Of course, Andy Jolly was one of the first persons I heard discussion that issue, that we need a marina in Dominica. He's on the line with me. I wanted to share his thoughts on this whole discussion we're having this morning as it relates to a marina being developed and being launched there, of course, in the Portsmouth area yesterday. Andy, what do you make of that marina coming up?
You know, Matt, I'm a big fan of anything that's going into the water to help support boaters and help increase access into Dominica. You know, so I'm a really big fan of that, and I think it's a step in the right direction. Finally, that we are, kind of coming around to seeing that this is something that's necessary. So I do applaud all those people who actually are, I'm going to call it working on it, because I'm assuming now that we had a groundbreaking, that there's people down there with shovels, hammers, and nails, starting to work on it.
But there's no start date per se. But we're hearing that there's a movement going forward.
Well, I think, Matt, one of the problems that I think the government has had, and I'm going to put the government aside and even say Prime Minister Skerritt has had, was that many of these projects have no start date or no finish dates. And I'm going to tell you, I was in Portsmouth over the weekend, and I so wanted to go to the opening of the groundbreaking ceremony. But Matt, I couldn't pull myself to go to it.
Why?
Because, I want to go to the ribbon cutting ceremony. I don't want to go to any more groundbreaking ceremonies. It's almost like there's promise in the air, but you don't want to get disappointed. And just one more disappointment would almost hurt my heart. And to see that is something that I am so passionate about. and something I can see the country needs, and something that would bring in tremendous revenue from the country.
I'm very happy that you're saying that, Andy, because yesterday it seemed almost like a Labour Party event with everybody dressed in red for a ribbon cutting activity.
Well, I think that's what every event has become there. And Matt, the reason why I talk with so much optimism is that I really want to see this happen. And I hope, and this is something that I'm going to pray on my knees tonight. And everybody who was at the crusade, the revival with the Apostle John Chi, I hope they were praying as well that we're not being taken advantage of one more time. You understand? And we're not being taken for fools one more time. No, I will tell you, though, Matt, that I do have a little trouble with exactly how the proposed funding for this marina is coming about. I do have some trouble with how the proposed building of the marina is going to come out. I do have some proposed trouble with who is going to build the marina. As to where the marina is, that's probably the only place that we can put a marina is somewhere over there. Whether you put a hole on the north side or you put a hole on the south side, that's left up to different opinions. But it's probably one of the only places that we can put a marina. So all the people that are going to come in with, the soil and we're going to destroy this and we're going to destroy that, I'm going to tell you, there is going to be some destruction. Anytime you have progress, you have destruction. But what I would have liked to see, Matt, is the marina be given to a company like IGY to put it in place. So we hand it off to a third party and say, hey, here's the proposed land use, here's the proposed marina, and have a third party build it and have somebody else be involved in it, because we have not had the best of luck with the people that we have had building things in Dominica. And we have not gotten value for the amount of money that we have spent when we've built things in Dominica. And I'm afraid that this might be one more of these projects. And as I said, I'm very passionate about this project. I really want to see it happen. I don't want to put any doubts in the air for anybody. But
are you optimistic or are you cautiously optimistic?
Matt, I'm going to tell you at this point, I am not going to hold my breath. Simply because, as I said, I would like to see a ribbon cutting of this, and I know that there's so many people, Matt, that are they are waiting on hands and knees on this marina. You're talking about all the boaters in Portsmouth. You're talking about so many of the people who visit Dominica on a yearly basis. They come year after year on their yachts, on their boats. I would like to see also the fact that Portsmouth will develop, because I think Portsmouth is probably has more room for development than any other city in Dominica or any other town in Dominica. Portsmouth has the most room for development. I am going to tell you that, Matt, I'm hoping that these people are not left hanging, because boaters are very serious people. They take things very seriously. So I hope this is not one of those things where you hope to pull the rag over people's eye and say, hey, I hope this is not another airport project that we start and we're not in for another 22 years of development or 25 years, because in 25 years, I'm going to be 75 years. I don't want to see a marina in 75 years. I would like to see it probably in the next 2, 3, 4 years, if all that, and be done with it.
But tell me, Andy, you know numbers, you crunch numbers very well. I'm seeing the Prime Minister quoting a number of 75 million US. Do you think that's sufficient for a big development like this, a marina? 75 million US dollars.
Well, man, I think we've seen it over and over again where the Prime Minister have gone to the podium and he has spoken with all these big numbers, and he's spoken with such confidence on these big numbers, Matt. I'm very skeptical anytime the Prime Minister puts a number to anything. First of all, I don't believe our Prime Minister is financially responsible. In fact, if you have to ask the nation or take a quick poll, a lightning poll on your station as to whether the Prime Minister has done a good job with the economic satisfaction for Dominica, you will notice that may come up short. You will not get people that would give him more than a 10% rating with anything financial. So I don't think our anything financial should have come from our Prime Minister. He's not very good at it. And not only that, I would leave it up to somebody who has some sort of accounting background or somebody who has probably a better handle on economic development. In fact, if he had brought probably somebody there to back him up to give the precise information as to what this would cost, how many square foot of land that we're dedicating to it, probably the economic impact as to how many jobs it would make, I would have believed the presentation. But I don't think our Prime Minister has a grasp on what $75 million looks like. So whether it can build something for us or it cannot build something for us, Matt, I don't know. I have never built a marina in my life. I know people who are good at building marinas. In fact, St. Lucia, Trinidad, there's several different companies in the Bahamas that are really good. Jamaica has some of the best marinas. St. Kitts is actually building a world-class marina right now. I'm going to tell you, we should have taken example from these guys and probably get somebody who's good at managing, running, and building marinas and probably put those people in place. Too much of what we do here is trial and error. And I don't want to take any more financial information from her. Anytime our Prime Minister goes to the podium and speaks of anything of a financial basis, Matt, I think we should handle that with lots of caution because the economic aspect concerning anything in Dominica, the Prime Minister has not done the best job with.
All right. Well, Andy, we're looking forward, as you said, you're being cautious on this time. Will you go to the ribbon cutting ceremony when it happens?
I would like to see the ribbon cutting ceremony, Matt.
He says 18 months, Andy, 18 months.
Well, again, Matt, all these things have been said before. We have to notice that this is just a new project. Or this is just a new venue of saying it. I mean, he said these things before in Rosal. He just went to Portsmouth to say them. That doesn't change the fact that we've been bamboozled before. I mean, let me explain something to you. I don't know if you know this old saying, Matt. Fool me once.
Fool me twice.
Shame on me. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. You understand? And at this point in time, if we, as the people, have to say, this is going to happen and the clock's ticking, let's make sure, the way the marina was described, it would have been nice. And I think he would have built our confidence in what he was talking about if he had put some blueprints in front of us. Now, Matt, if I had seen some blueprints, and you know what blueprints look like, Matt, right? You're building a house.
I know.
The paper is in blue. It shows how many feet from this wall to that wall. It shows what direction that this pillar should go in. It says how high the beam or how wide the beam should be. If he had put some blueprints in front of us, and I don't know if he's averse to blue. It could have been red prints too. I would have taken any color prints. I know blue is probably not his favorite color, but I would have taken any color prints, even white prints, yellow prints, some kind of print to see exactly how everything is going to be built. I would have probably believed it more. But I am going to tell you that shy of all the things that have happened in the past before, I am hoping that he is not taking this for a joke, because this should not be a joke. This should not be something that we should take lightheartedly. A marina is an important thing. It would be a great revenue generator for Dominica. It is something that every day of the week, boaters are passing us right outside and saying, I'm not stopping in Dominica because there's no place for me to get off, no place for me to refuel, no place for me to re-provision my boat. So I'm hoping that he's not taking this lightly and he is making this a priority. Because like we discussed before, Matt, I believe that if you put a good marina there, it will generate much more revenue than the airport would.
Well, just hope it becomes a reality, as you said. If you go into this ribbon cutting ceremony, yeah, I'll come report that. Okay, we'll talk again.
Man, in fact, I will want to be there. I will drop everything I'm doing, and I'm a busy guy. I'm going to drop everything I'm doing. I'm going to camp out with a tent in front of the location to see that ribbon cut if I have to. Because again, I know I'm looking forward to it, and there's hundreds and thousands of other people that have raised their hand and said, I'm glad that they finally put some attention on this button.
All right, Andy Jolly, thank you very much. 10:45.
Like a pastor in the church.
I've been told that Mr. Honeychurch, Leonard Honeychurch, actually wrote about this marina planned 56 years since the first one. Tomorrow we'll see the unveiling of yet another attempt at putting a marina in the Caribbean wetlands since the first plan was launched in 1968, 56 years ago. Similar marina schemes date from Sunday Island Port Authority in 1968, when the whole of the Caribbean Peninsula was listed to a U.S. developer named Bruce Robinson. He proposed a cut to the Caribbean of the rest of Dominica with a canal and create a private island. He could not raise the required capital, and the legislation granted people the land was repealed the following year in 1969. More elaborate designs were created by Shackland and Cost Consultants in 1971. Unlike that plan, there appears to be no exit into the Prince Rupert's Bay in this new range plans. But it will be vital to have a through flow of water across the isthmus to avoid a build-up and stagnant water affluent within the Landcup Marine Basin. Another marine biologist or expert there in building marinas, those of you who do,
despite much embarrassment, we never
said there were about 2 attempts, my understanding.
Stupid dream. No matter how much we run, we never reach.
Building marinas in that area, those have not been successful.
As we know very well, no matter
Mr. Leonard Honeychurch.
This is a living hell. And say what is wrong and right.
On the telephone is 10:47. Miss Andy Jolly says he's waiting for the the cutting of ribbon. And then,
Mr. Pelty.
How you doing, sir? Yes.
I'm doing cool. No, but hearing this thing not helping. Matt, did I hear through this thing they have for this marina thing? One man say it's Portsmouth turn now.
Portsmouth turn.
Hello.
Yes, I'm here. Well, which is the one man? Which is the one man you heard said that?
Did somebody say it is Portsmouth turn now?
I don't know.
You're breaking up. I can't hear. I can't hear nothing. I can't hear response.
Now I'm saying I can't remember somebody said it's Portsmouth turn now. Did you hear the Prime Minister say that?
Hi. Hello.
I'm here. I don't know what's going on with your phone, but you'll have to call me back. 10:48. Hello, yes. I'm hearing you. You're not hearing me. Hello, yes.
Yes, Matt.
You're back.
Matt, Mr. Jolly made a very important point about the blueprints. Because you see, Matt, sometimes it's happened to people that I even know. You see a car on the internet, Matt, and you order that car thinking that it's a real car, only to get a dinky toy. You understand? So without the blueprints, yes, he might build a marina, but what is it going to look like? What are the facilities going to be like? Was any of that laid out for the groundbreaking ceremony? Do we know how many boats it can accommodate and what the services are going to be like? I mean, Alan, these guys say we mustn't criticize, but it is the duty of a citizen to criticize and query our governments. How can we just let our governments go and give us a 6 or a 9? The citizens have to do their duty. We have to hold the government in account, and we have already failing in Dominica to do so, and our government is doing whatever the hell they want with the money. Parliament doesn't even have a grasp on the major part of the money that's coming in from the Citizenship by Investment Fund. Parliament doesn't have a grasp on it. Roosevelt Skerritt, maybe it appears sometimes he doesn't have a grasp on it, but his friends certainly do. So if the citizens cannot hold the government into account, how the hell are we going to prevent corruption? Although corruption is already on the side of those holding the wand of power. Matt, enough said.
Enough said. I'm just getting some comments there from. I'm hoping I can make contact with Mr. Lennox Honeychurch there on this issue of the marina. Says I trust that there has been a geological study done of the area, because on the surface they may think that it's just soft silt that can be dredged out, but beneath the surface of the water are chunks of blocky basalt of the Cabritz volcano to the west. And on the eastern side of the wetlands, these are submerged. There is a submerged thong of solid granite that came from the Mont Adiab volcano. Mont Adiab volcano. So there's some concerns coming there from Mr. Lennox Honeychurch. I'll try to see if I can make contact with him sometime later. See what's going on. A lot of concerns, already there, coming from historian Dr. Lennox Honeychurch. Hello, talk to me on the telephone.
Matt, just quickly. Matt, a lot of people have been bought, and it's not Lennox Honeychurch. I'm talking about Brian Honeychurch. They have been bought, Matt. They have compromised, Matt. And that is what this man have done. Matt, people must be careful. There is something they call incantation, spell casting, Matt. All right? And mind controlling, Matt. So when Skerritt come and saying, and Maddie said it, in Portsmouth, the good Lord giveth and the good Lord taketh. Matt, be careful, even that pastor there, we will talk about the pastor another time, Matt. When people rush in and go in and listen to Skerritt and all them kind of people casting spells and have them hypnotized, and they're lost, devil business that taking over a lot of them way, and they think it's God. Skerritt talking. Skerritt is not talking about God, Matt. Skerritt is talking about himself. He put you in an apartment, and if you talk too loud, he will put you outside. Anything he gives to you, he will come back and he's taking it. That is the good Lord he's talking about. All of you sit down there, and think it's a joke. That is no game, oh. Blessing.
All right, we just heard there this morning from a post of Mr. Jason Grogg, the American that was deported from Dominica a few months back. A big announcement from Jason Grogg that he's heading back to Dominica. Very interesting development there. Very, very interesting. I think he had a post on YouTube.
Good morning. It is May 27th, 2024, and in a week, I'll be back in Dominica. Here's the details. Flying out of Indy to Dominica via Miami, June. Be there by 1:35 p.m. And then flying back home June 8th. Of course, all this could change in a heartbeat if the Attorney General and the DPP office actually do what they say they were going to do. I'm still apparently on bail, and I'm still apparently supposed to be or want to be at court. I've called several times. I'll include the audio here.
Yes, hello?
Hello, good day. My name is Jason Grogg, and from my knowledge, my court case was supposed to be dropped. My customs court case was supposed to be dropped. But I wanted to double check. I've got my passport renewed after the government stole it. And then so I'll be flying back down into Dominica for my court case. I'm assuming I have to be there if it's still on. And I just wanted to verify that my June 4th court case, Jason Grogg's customs court case, is still in effect.
Yes, it is still adjournmented for June 2024 at 9 a.m. Court number 2.
Court number 2. All right. Well, thank you very much, sir. So there it be. The Constitution of Dominica guarantees my ability to seek justice. Let's see what the Dominica government had to say about me coming back. Hey, good day. My name is Jason Grogg, and I need to be able to speak with either Mr. Raymond Blackmore or his secretary.
Okay, secretary speaking.
Okay. So again, like I said, my name's Jason Grogg. I have a court case before the Magistrate Court number 2. June 4th is my next date. I have gotten a new passport since I wasn't, my passport wasn't given to me by the Dominica government when they kicked me out. And I'll be coming back for that court case as I try to seek justice. So I just want to know, when I get there and land for port of entry, am I going to be allowed in? So that's the answer I need to hear from the National Security Department.
Okay, I will transfer you to the police department.
But why? But I've talked with them already. They don't have a clue. They always tell me to call you guys.
Okay, hold on one moment.
Okay.
Hello?
Yes.
Hi, okay, so you will not be able to enter into Dominica.
Why is that?
That is the directives I gave, so I am just letting you know.
Who you got it from? I'm assuming Mr. Blackmore. Is that correct?
I am going to transfer you to the police.
You can't tell me who you got the information from? This is Dominica. Gee, I wonder if there's an entity on the island created by God to admonish an evil and wicked government. Oh, the church. Deuteronomy 27. Cursed be anyone who perverts the justice due to the sojourner, the fatherless, and the widow. And all the people shall say, Amen. Indeed, that person is cursed. And so here we are. In 1 week's time, Lord willing, I will be in Dominica pursuing justice in the court system. My God-given right. And beyond that, I have to pack up an apartment. The wickedness of the government is quite amazing. And as a Christian, it is my duty to love God with all my heart, mind, and soul, and then to love my neighbor as myself. I don't know how it can be done as Christians when we see our neighbors suffering, having to work multiple jobs, broken families, the corruption in the government running rampant. That is not something God desires for Dominica. Yet far too many Christians sit idle. It is time to read and understand Scripture. It is time to unite under Christ, for it is Christ or chaos. I leave you with this.
Sometimes standing against evil is more important than defeating it. The greatest heroes stand because it is right to do so, not because they believe they will walk away with their lives. Such selfless courage is a victory in itself. N.D. Wilson, Dandelion Fire.
Very interesting times we live in. Jason Grogg says he's on his way June 3rd to Dominica. Let's see what happens. Interesting times, boy. Some people think that Jason is looking for attention. Let's see how much attention he gets when he lands in Dominica. Hello on the telephone. We don't have too much time. We have 30 seconds.
He really is a
one in the flesh of them people in government. Matt, on the other hand,
Yes.
Matt, while Starboy and stupidity was speaking to the people in Portsmouth, Matt, he was speaking off his head to the people by telling them how many a supermarket going to be there, gas station is going to be there, and how many the stores and shops and businesses that will be there. So he wasn't showing them a blueprint. He wasn't showing them no planning of that, Matt.
Apparently not.
So he was just speaking off his head, and then people sit down there clapping. Wow, Matt in serious trouble, and Dominican should really know the same set of people that was involved in the Kipinski Hotel, and before it was even a bulb was lighting inside there, they were in court battling out for $160 something million of our passport money, Matt. That is same set of people that going to be building the marina. Al, are you agreeing with that, Al? Al?
Anyway, Blue it's 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock. Wow. Somebody said, man, Pastor Grog, you were thrown out of the country, so any court case against you has been thrown out as well, huh? So do you expect immigration to allow you back into the country? Well, we did hear from the lawyer secretary that he has no permission to get in. So what's going to happen on that day? I want to be a fly on the wall, huh? Oh boy. What Dominica? Well, as I said before, what a thing, huh? Court saying your case is still on and gives you a date in the Ministry of National Security saying you can't enter. Oh boy. I'll be back with you 1 o'clock.
Talking away, I don't know what to say. I'll say it anyway. Today is on my face to find you shying away. I'm coming for your love, okay? Take on me. Take on me. Take me. Take on me. I'll be gone. So needless to say, I'm upset, but I'll be stumbling away. Slowly learning that life is okay. Say after me, it's better to be safe than sorry. Take on me, take on me, take me. Take on me, I'll be gone. Things that you say is in life, just to play my worries away. You're all the things I've got to remember. You shine away. I'll be coming for you anyway. Take on me. Take on me. Take